Now we're going to take those rules of exponents that we just reviewed and apply it to simplifying some expressions. So if we start out with this one here, you'll notice what's in the parentheses is all multiplication, and what's going on between the parentheses is multiplication. Well, if everything's multiplication, you don't really need the parentheses. And if it's all multiplication, you can multiply in any order you want. So I'm going to put the numbers together, and then I'm going to put the a's together, and then I'll put the b's together. Well, a negative 2 and negative 5 is 10. A to the first times an a cubed is an a to the fourth. B to the first times b cubed is a b to the fifth. Here you can look at it, and you could go ahead and subtract your exponents, but an easier way is to say, well, which one has more x's, the top or the bottom? Well, the bottom has 8 more, so it's x to the 8th in the bottom, which means we need to have a 1 on top as a placeholder. So if we look at this, you could look at this in a couple of different ways. Since it's all multiplication, you could apply the exponent to each one on the inside. But being all cubed, you know it's going to be a negative 3c squared d to the fifth multiplied by itself 3 times. So you're going to have a negative 3 showing up 3 times because of this. You're going to have a c squared showing up 3 times because of this. You're going to have a d to the fifth showing up 3 times because of the exponent of 3. So you get a negative 27, c to the 6th, and a d to the 15th. This one here, you could just go ahead and flip the fraction upside down because it's negative exponent applying to the whole fraction, and then apply the exponent to each one, and so we get 81 over x to the fourth. Now if you wanted, you could have applied the negative exponent to the top, negative exponent to the bottom, and then flipped it, and you would have had this here, and still would have got 81 over x to the fourth. So with that in mind, try to quickly do these, and then watch the video after you pause it. Everything here is multiplication, so you can multiply in any order you want. Multiply it together, and we get 15, x to the fifth, y to the sixth. Here, which one has more x's? Bottom does, so you get 1 over x to the fourth. Now, you could go ahead and subtract your exponents. You would get this, which is this here. It's a negative exponent. This is all over 1, so it means you got to do the reciprocal. You still get 1 over x to the fourth. Exponent raised to an exponent. Remember, you can multiply those exponents, you get x to the 15th. This one here, it's all raised to the 5th power. So you could apply that 5th power to each one. Work out that. Negative 2 times itself 5 times is negative 32. Exponent raised to an exponent, you multiply them. Exponent raised to an exponent, and you multiply these. And here, we should be able to apply our exponent to each part on the inside. So you'd have a negative 3 cubed, an x squared all cubed, and a y cubed in the bottom all cubed. Exponents raised to an exponent, so you could go ahead and multiply those. So you get a y to the 9th in the bottom, an x to the 6th, and then work out negative 3 times itself 3 times, and you get negative 27. Working this one out, if you wanted, you could have applied that negative exponent to each one and then dealt with the negative exponents, and you would have got down to this step here, but you would still get the same answer. So quickly try to go ahead and do this one here by yourself without the video, and then watch the video. Apply the exponent of 5 to each part on the top. Apply the exponent of 5 to each part on the bottom. So on top, we get a negative 243. Exponent raised to an exponent, we multiply those exponents. On the bottom, exponent to an exponent, we multiply those. Same idea over here with the b's. Now, you'll notice we have a's top and bottom. We have a to a power on the top, a to a power on the bottom. Well, which one has more a's? Well, the bottom has a 30y, while the top has an exponent on the a of a 25y. So it means there's 5 more y's on the a in the bottom than there is in the top. So we would get this. You could have also looked at it and subtract your exponents, and you would have got an a to the negative 5 in the top, negative 5y on the top, and that negative exponent would have moved it down to the bottom. It's only negative exponents that move to the other part of the fraction, not if your normal number is negative. Scientific notation.